Hi, Christine here. I just returned a client's structural edit to them. And actually this is the third one that I've done this week. It's been a it's been a busy week for me. And I thought this actually kind of prompted me to do a video because I wanted to talk to you about and share a little bit about the kind of feedback that you get when you work with me to do a structural edit. So this is speaking particularly to you authors, but both fiction and nonfiction. So when I work with a client on a structural edit, first of all, I am looking at the big picture things. So for fiction, that would be character development, plot pacing, structure, voice, point of view, perspective, all of those big picture things, okay? We're not looking at grammar, we're not looking at spelling or word choices or anything like that. For nonfiction, this could be information gaps, looking for those, readability, literacy levels, referencing style, and just the overall flow of information. So those are the things I'm looking at. How I convey that, my feedback to you, you will get back 2 documents from me. Actually, sometimes 3. One of my clients this week, I sent back 3 documents. So first of all, you'll have the marked up manuscript, and I will point out specific areas for character development or structure or any of those things, or redundancies. Those are very specific examples, and I will make comments on the side. But then I have a completely separate document. I call these my summary comments, and it's a letter that I write to you. And what I've done is I've compiled all of the things that I noted in the manuscript itself, but those things that repeated themselves, okay? And I give you a guide. So those of you who have ever gone shopping for a house, and you've had the lovely experience of hiring a home inspector, and they will return that big binder that outlines everything that's wrong with the property that you're either just about to purchase or you already have. That's a similar kind of document that I'm giving you, but I don't want you to think of it as here's everything wrong with my story. It's not like that at all. This is a guide to help you get over that stuck feeling. And generally, by the time authors come to me seeking a structural edit, whether they know that that's what that's called, they've reached the point where they're stuck. They've said to me, Christine, I don't know where to go next with my story. So what I'm returning to is a guide, and it will give you suggestions on where to go next. And I lay it out in different categories. So my fiction ones will have a section on characters and plot and structure. And my nonfiction ones similar, but different categories. They're not long. They average around the 5-page mark, but I have done ones that are longer and shorter. It just depends on what the project actually is. It's nothing to do with the quality of writing. So the third document that I would say I hand out in maybe 20% of cases is a separate table of content. So if the structure is something that I think could kind of use a completely revamped way, rather than start moving things around on your manuscript, that's very daunting to receive back and marked up and everything's moved over and you don't even recognize your own work. I don't do that. So I will create a suggested alternative table of contents for you to consider. So in those cases, you might get 3 things back from me. But it is a guide, it's a way to move forward, and that is why you've enlisted my help in the first place. So if you are working on a story currently and you're feeling stuck and you have no idea where to go to next, I absolutely invite you to reach out to me. These are, it's not a scary process, and I will guide you through the whole process of editing in a kind, compassionate manner. I will give you my honest feedback, but I'm kind when I do it. So don't be scared. And if you can get excited about receiving this, I don't know if that's asking too much. I know I've written books myself. I know that when you're waiting for that feedback, it's very nerve-wracking. So I'm not sure if asking you to be excited is going a little bit too overboard, but if you can think of it as a way to receive specific instructions on where to go to next, so that will help you move forward, it might lessen the nerves associated with the whole process.